Oops. Whew, forgot to turn on the other light. Ooh, looks like it's blowing up again. Let me see if you can see something this way. I can kind of see a little bit right there by the chimney. A lot better than I can see it through my own eyes. What is up, guys? How's it going? Is anybody out there? Is anybody alive in YouTube land? Woo, what a day. Still recording. I'm done. Still recording. That's a really long time lapse. Wait for people to get in here before I start talking about it, but pretty interesting day I had. I will tell you that. Well, once people get in here, see if we get a flow going. Man, it's still burning. Kind of hard to tell. Yeah, it's still burning. Wow. Really, as long as I've been in a while before somebody came in. It's been over 2 minutes. Kind of see it rising now. Really? Been over 2 minutes and nobody's come in. Well, that's pretty interesting. You can kind of see it better now. It's starting to light up. It's weird. Nobody's in here yet? Jesus. Hello? Hello, YouTube. Is anybody out there? Oh, it shows a 1. It shows a 1. Looks like somebody came in. Sorry, I'm watching that right there behind the fireplace. It's the remnants of a big fire that's been burning all day. And I got it on time lapse. Actually, I'm still time lapsing. I don't think you can see anything on it, but I'm letting it run its course. Amazing. Amazing footage. I'm hoping. So I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. What's up, guys? You'd think it was a day I never went live. But I usually go live on Sundays. My after show lives. well, I'm filming a show right now, but it's not a fishing show. But we've been in well, extreme heat the last 3 days here in Monterey. Way beyond what we usually get. Like, way beyond. We're never that hot. And I don't know if it's supposed to be that hot again tomorrow or not, but can you still see it? I don't think you can see it anymore. Kinda. Well, I guess I'm just entertaining myself until somebody comes in. Wow. Don't usually have to wait 6 minutes before somebody comes in. What is going on with you two? What's going on with me? Why are all my views down? Why is like nobody coming into my lives? Did I get kicked off YouTube and they didn't tell me? I saw it said one person came in. Wow, this is weird. That's bizarre. I don't think from the very first time I went live it took this long. I think the first time I ever went live, I had people right away. So, yeah, unless people are out there and I can't see them. Or YouTube's doing something weird. Alright, I guess I'll just hang out. I'll just hang out and see if people come in. Oh, what? First? I know, but look how long it took. It's almost 8 minutes before somebody came in. I'm like, I know it's been slow, but that's the longest it's ever taken. I mean, welcome. I'm gonna see if you guys can still see this. Yeah. You can't really see it anymore, but kind of maybe, but yeah, I spent all day time lapsing a fire. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I said 8.5 minutes. Oh, it finally ended. Alrighty. I don't know if you heard that beeping in the background. This camera's been time-lapsing a forest fire that started at 2 p.m. I can't wait to see this. Yeah, it was one of the lightning strike ones, but it's just the whole progress. All right. Yeah, but I filmed. I took some pictures, and then no, it's nowhere near. It's like 5 miles away, 10 miles away. But what was that? There we go. There's a shot of the fire. I was sort of wanted. Let me see if I get another one. Oh, there we go. Further away shot. Yeah. There's a shot of the fire. Started from a lightning strike last night. We had a huge lightning storm. Covered the whole, just, yeah, it was amazing. I didn't see it, but it was just thunder after thunder after thunder. Yeah, it was over, it was like 90 today. We here have been in the 90s. Eh, I don't know. I was too far away for the drone. It's actually like 10 miles away. I went upstairs and you could see it, but the drone wouldn't have done that much. I couldn't get close enough. Especially with the big wide angle lens. But from upstairs, even in the middle of the day, you could see the flames. Like, no, that's what it does. That's what it runs on is a GoPro. I was going to put it up, but I'm like, eh. But I time lapsed it for 6 hours from my porch. 6 hour time lapse of like watching the whole thing just like grow and grow and grow and grow, and it's gonna be pretty bitchin' footage. Yeah, it threatened some homes. I don't know if it burned any. There were like 30, 40 homes. They evacuated a bunch of people. But it started at I don't know. I don't know what the 6 hours are gonna become. I think every 3 minutes is 4 seconds. I think every 3 minutes is 4 seconds of footage. So I think that's how it worked out. Because I had it on, and I think it's set for 3 minutes or 5 minutes before the screen in the back turns off. And I looked at it a little bit before it turned off, and it was at like 4 seconds. So I was taking a frame every 2 seconds, I think. One frame every 2 seconds. So, there's 30 frames per second. It took 3 batteries, 4 batteries. Yeah, it took 4 batteries, and that one just ended. I time lapsed it, I think, from 2 p.m. I don't think you can see it. You can kind of see a little bit of the puff right there behind the chimney. It still works. Yeah, I said I've never disassembled a reel in my life, so kudos to those who know how to do it. But too many parts in there. I just put the WD-40 in there and drain it, and then put some more oil back in. I'm not all about taking them apart. I always get done with parts left over, and that's not good. I'm like, where'd that washer come from? What's that little spring? I haven't had one apart. I took it mostly apart, and then I was looking at the spring for the clicking gear, and it popped out, and I couldn't even figure out how to put it back in, and I finally got it back in. I think the reel still worked, but not my deal. Yeah, once those thumb bars start going, man. A lot of times it's the spring. The spring, they don't put in a strong enough spring, and it just starts getting weak, so it doesn't click it back into gear. Or it doesn't have enough oomph. to kick it back into gear. Yeah, so that little double way comes out and in spring and then goes back. It's attached to the thumb bar for the clutch that clicks it back into gear. Usually that thing goes weak. Hey, Backroads is in here. What's up, Mr. Rhodes? Oh, good thing you hadn't ordered yet. Because I got the other black and reds. The ones I forgot to put in. I already got them back. Hope you washed it off, man. You put salt water in those? I don't know if salt water real or not, but still. Oh, yeah. Those things are even worse. The little button. Yeah, the little side button thing. Yeah, it's usually just a spring. Spring that pops it back in gets weak. Or it's just junked up. Oh, okay. It's one of the completely round ones, isn't it? Yeah, I said I started editing my show, and then I came out on the porch, got it rendered all the way up to the part where I do the B-roll, like go into the lake part, and I still have 2 days, full days. And all of a sudden, this fire started, or I saw this fire just start. I mean, it was hardly anything; it was just like a little grass fire. And I'm like, and then it started grew a bit, and I took some pictures. I'm like, oh, I should start a time lapse. I've never time lapsed a fire. So yeah, I set it down on my porch, let it film across the street for 6 hours. Just finishing the beginning of the stream. So nice. Well, you know me. I'll be live later than you. I don't usually start around 5. Isn't that when you start your live? Somewhere around 5? Or at least 5 p.m. my time. So around 8 o'clock your time. Oh, you filmed it today? Yeah, 5 minutes. Oh, yeah. So that's why I said 8 o'clock. Yeah, 5 here. Yeah, I know. 3 hours before I go. That's usually good, but then you go till like 2 a.m. No, everything's been slow right now. Since beginning of August, my YouTube views have just like gone doop, 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 doop. It's weird. It's like everything too. It's not just my new ones. It's just like everything. All my ones in search that were going. Even my lives, not as many people come in. Everything just started suddenly like, I don't know if it's August and fishing aren't good or what, but it's been across the board. Yeah, I know Hanson was saying that. Yeah, it's just, and I said it's not just my new shows. Yeah, a little slower, but even the ones that have been in the search that are getting like, we're getting over 1,000 a month. They're dropping too at the same time. Like, it's it's like totally random videos that are years old that were just in the search and everybody watching them. Even those are just kind of going. And even my lives, it's just been less and less people since pretty much like the start of August. I got a lot of down arrows in analytics. Yeah. I said I don't know what it is. I know it's not just me. Did you hear what I said about your order back roads? That I got all the blacks now? I know you hadn't ordered yet. You kind of told me what you wanted, but you hadn't ordered, so. But I can do a full run of the black and reds now. Down arrows in my analytics. Yeah, I get those all the time for everything. Every time I put up a short video. Exactly as it should be. No, mine, I said, I was at almost, consistently almost at 11,000 views in 28 days. And now it's at like 10,000. A little under. It's just been, for me at least, it's just been a slow decline. All right. And No Man hasn't been in here. He was going to buy some too. Yeah, I don't know, Captain. It's kind of like, is this, I don't know. I haven't checked it. I think August, yeah, yeah. There are certain months where it just like, it tapers off. Hey, Noah's here. I don't know if you've been in here since I said I got all the worms. Yeah. Oh, I missed that. You said you got scammed out of 8K. Wow. Didn't didn't hear about that. Was that a trailer sales? Oh, what? What was that? Yeah, wait. I don't know. He took the message away, but said somebody had said goodbye to a friend that passed away. What? That doesn't sound good. Before she, wow. Well, she got to say goodbye, but man, that's got to be tough. Yeah, I would assume. I would assume. Okay, guys, here's something funny. Check this out. Gotta wait for the comments to go away. I don't know if you guys will be able to pick this up. I don't know if you can see right here. That smoke from the fire. And it's actually starting to glow orange. Sorry, not take away anything, but from here the fire's starting to glow orange. Or the smoke. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wait, I still missing a few. Wow, really? Some guy was on the scam, huh? Yes, we can't see it. Or at least I can't. No, it's too dark. I can see it in mine. Now, when you see the time lapse, that's going to be. I can't wait to see it. Just like. I basically sat out here for 6 hours and just watched it. Ooh, ouch. That sounds bad. Liver damage and brain bleeding. Wow. That's a tough one. That's really tough. Sorry, Noah. That's bad. Yeah, as I was saying. All right, not a clue. All right. Um, yeah. Well, as I was saying, yeah, I basically sat out here for. Yeah, I said the last 3 days here I haven't been doing anything. It's been like 90, over 90 degrees here at my house, which never gets over like 70. And it was just still hot, muggy. We had a rolling blackout here yesterday for like 45 minutes. We never get that here in Monterey. We're on the coast. It's always foggy and cold. Yeah, and then last night, in the middle of the night, huge. I heard it. I should have got up and filmed it. My stepdad kind of filmed some of it, but huge lightning storm. We don't ever get lightning here either, very rarely. And it just went nuts. Actually, it went nuts all the way up into San Francisco and everywhere. Yeah, just like strikes every like 30 seconds, just everywhere. And it started the brush fire that I time lapsed today. Evidently, it started at 3:14 a.m. By 11 o'clock, Cal Fire said, I thought it just rained there. Um, yeah, so at 11 o'clock, they said, oh, yeah. And this is 7 hours after it started. Oh, yeah, it's fine. No evacuations. Our firefighters are getting the upper hand on it. By 5 o'clock, mandatory evacuations. It had grown to like 500, 600 acres. They had to pull all the firemen off the lines. It was too dangerous. Yeah. So it went from, we got it, to, holy crap! It's a huge, out of control forest fire. And I caught it all on time lapse. My videos are just old. Oh. What's up, Wrench family? Hey, Angel, how's it going? Well, we just had 3 days of 90-degree heat here, which is just unheard of. The fact we got a rolling blackout. We never get, our power's never gone off ever. It went off yesterday for 45 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. We're nowhere. Well, they just had that fire there, but yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Now, my stepdad filmed some of it. The Monday thunder. Do you mean Saturday night thunder? it's, it's not even Monday yet. That was the Saturday night thunder. Yeah, it was. I heard it all. Yeah, I heard it all in the middle of the night. I heard all the rumbling, but they almost woke me up because I was already in bed. But my stepdad took some phone footage of the lightning strikes. Um, yeah, anything I know. I think. Yeah, the air was so hot. Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, it had the right conditions for it because we don't get much thunder, lightning and thunder around here. Um, I don't know. I think Backroads is probably going to order, if he orders like $25, and that's with shipping, and that's 5 different bags of worms. So I said he has first dibs, but I should have enough to have like I think I have enough to have 2 or 3 of bags of each color now. I got a black and red. Fire tornado. Wow. Yeah, I got more of that one you like, the ghost bluegill. I got more of the Okeechobee craw. I still have some of the June bug, the root beer green flake. I got them in black red flake. So yeah, yeah, you get a bunch of worms for like $25 with shipping, $30 with shipping. You caught some today on it? Well, you caught that monster on it. Have you tried the root beer green flake yet? I keep asking you to throw that thing. Want to see if it does as good there as it does here. Whenever I remember to fish it. No. See? He won't even throw it. You got to be throwing it at some point. You never know until you throw. It's my new catchphrase. That's going to be a shirt. You never know until you throw. You need to jump on it? Yeah, no, just, yeah. Backroads he's dealing with seeing if insurance kicks in for his getting ripped off, but I said I did give him dibs, so I think he wanted 2 of the ghost bluegill and 2 of the Okeechobee. Yeah, usually when you do it, because it's PayPal.me is business, and yes, they actually take out a fee. But yeah, down below it usually has the shipping address, or at least it should. But yeah, I think I've at least 3 of the ghosts, 3 full packages of the ghosts. I think I now have 3 full packages of the Okeechobee craw. I think I have 2 packages of root beer green. I think I have 2 packages of June bug. And I'm gonna have 2 packages of the black red flake. So yeah, like 15 packages of them. And they're $4 a piece, so 4 times 5 is 20, $5 shipping, so 7-pack. But they last. They last. They last like many fish. They're pretty durable worms. Yeah, but I couldn't believe I caught that. Like 5. Be right back. All right. I'm live for the next 3 days, so we'll figure out the orders. Yeah, I can't. This is really bad to say. Nah, I'm not saying. I'm just stoked to watch that time lapse of that fire. I can't believe what I captured. I I I can't. I think I can only do 1 black and red because I think. Oh no, no! Oh, it is backwards. Sorry, I thought you were Noah. 1, 2, and 2. All right. Sorry, I thought you were Noah. All right. 1, 2, and 2. All right. So you took all the black and reds, but that's fine. Like I said, I was only supposed to have one package, but they screwed up and they sent me two because they didn't send me one, and then they sent me the full order. So I now have two packages of black and red. So you can have those, two of the Okeechobee, and only one of your tried and true. Really? I thought the I thought the ghost bluegill was your like new magic lure, and you're backing off it. Oh, that sounds good. Now we know what Noah can get. And you know what? I might throw. I'm gonna throw in a couple of those watermelon red toads. Because I just want you to try it because you love that fluke with the watermelon red. I think that watermelon red toad I have. And I said that plastic's not as rippy as the white. But I want to throw some in just so you can fish them. I have a bunch of them. Really? Because it's a light color? Really? I've done really good on white at night. White spinnerbaits. Oh, black and chartreuse spinnerbaits too. But yeah, I'm gonna throw in some of those watermelon red toads. I mean, I had a bunch of them. I bought a bunch of them, and I never really. Well, I put them up on my site, and then. But then they are really, well, at least the white is really. Well, you know it. You fish the back roads. It tears really easy. It's like the other ones are a little stiffer. They're more like the worm. But yeah, I want to send you some. See if you can catch anything on them. And just use it like you do the fluke with the paddle tail. You can run it like near the surface, but I actually run it like a jerkbait kind of under the water. And that's what I catch a lot on the white one. It kind of works underwater like a jerkbait. Okay. All right. Well, we just found out there's no black and red on the table because Backroads wants both packs now. So, but that means I have. Oh, he. Oh, what about the June bug? All right, Backroads doesn't want June bug. You're taking two of the black and red instead of one. Anyway, we'll figure it out. there's, there's, there's gonna be enough for that. Trust me. There's gonna be at least two of the ghost bluegill, one of the Okeechobee. I got the root beer green. I got the June bug. No, I don't know if he wanted one. I said he. I thought you were him when you said you wanted two, because he said he would take sloppy seconds. Just say whatever you got. All right. Don't tell me that. I'm just. Hello, Backroads. Unless you want to swap out one of the black and reds for a June bug. Yeah, you could take both black and red, but I thought you wanted to. Originally, you wanted to try one of the June bugs, but yeah. Either way, Noah's easy. He's never fished them before. He's just like, whatever you got left, I'll take it. No worries, man. No matter what it is, I'll take it. I'm excited. I never fished your worms. Dang it, you have too many colors. Really? Yeah, they might be a little old if you got them from your grandfather. I don't have the, well, there's six colors. I have that green one, but you don't like the green pumpkin candy one. You don't really like root beer green. And I think that what Tommy is Lake X closed. I haven't seen it in a while. No, it's not closed. I just haven't been going. um, yeah, I have those two which you don't like, and then I just have the Ghost Bluegill, the Okeechobee, now the Black Red, and Junebug. There's only like 6 colors. I have the option to get them in like 10 colors, I think, but all the rest are like watermelon seed, green pumpkin seed, black blue laminate. They have a black purple flake. Never been a fan of that. Never really tried it, but either way, we'll get it all worked out. I know you don't. Yeah, I am gonna put in some of those watermelon red toads though. Maybe you can do it if they work really well. You can just like plug me in them. Just do a video. Just focus on them. Go, yeah. He spotted me a package of these. They're really soft. They tear up, but those are better though. I'm pretty sure. Ghost. I just want the ghost and the Junebug. Yeah, I'll check out the. Yeah, I'll check out the toads. Sure. No, I will. No, these aren't the brown. They're actually like green and blue with blue flake on the bottom. They're not the brown blue Okeechobee. There's like a little bit of green on top with no flake, and then they're blue with flake on the bottom. Darker blue. Did I just get my first fun? Yeah, you did. I sponsored you. You could say this show sponsored by CCB Mr. Toads. Or Mr. Toad. Since everybody's saying videos are sponsored by somebody now. You can throw in a little, this video is sponsored by CCB Mr. Toad. Yeah, I'll set you up. I'll set you up. You got to try them though. I said I didn't like them. I never fished them. And I remembered Rick at Pinot just going nuts on them. And I tried that one Clear Lake and I caught a limit on it and broke off like probably a 7+ pounder. All on the root beer green flake. Yeah, I don't know. Is Tommy still in here? He said his Pinot closed. His Lake X closed. No, I just haven't been there. They close at 5. They close at 5 p.m. I don't know. I don't like going live and going just 2 to 5 when there's like 3 hours of light after that. And Chris spent a couple weeks because he's getting a new vehicle. And it was like over 100 degrees there today and yesterday. No, I'll be back to Lake X. Don't worry. There'll be a lot of videos coming from Lake X, probably coming up in the next couple months. And you can fish that lake all winter long, too. It's a really good winter lake. So, it hasn't gone away. It's just been put on the back burner. Well, usually it's a city park. City parks, county parks close at dark here, for the most part. But I don't know. For some reason, since the Corona thing, probably because they know majority of the people that come to fish and that, there's a lot of them that show up at dark. So I think they figured if they just open it until 5, that maybe not as many people would come. I'm assuming that's their rationale of it. But it's all right if you get a Tito. What's up? But if you're on a boat, you get there at like 7. You still pretty much have all day. I know. Let's wait at the river. Hey, Funkin' CT is in. Hey, Tito.
Oh, you should see it from upstairs with all the glowing.
Yeah, I'm sure
You
it's.
can see some of it.
Yeah, I'm sure you can see it. My mom just said upstairs, if you shoot the fire, you can see it all glowing. So I'm assuming you haven't been fishing, Tito. Since it's been like 140 over the hill. Yeah, I have a time lapse of the fire. No, but Chris had it wrap around his trolling motor, and he didn't turn it off, and it ended up burning out his whole trolling motor. He had to buy a brand new one. Yeah, he dropped the anchor, and somehow the motor switched, or the boat shifted, and he thought he turned it all the way off, but evidently left it on one. And it was so bound up, it just sat there and sat there, and we have a video of it. I have it on video. Yeah, and he had to buy a whole brand new one because it completely just heated up so much, and he didn't notice, and we're sitting there for like an hour. The whole time that it was wrapped in it, and when he said he got to go, he tried to pull up the anchor, and he went, "Oh, it's wrapped around the freaking trolling motor." And then turned on the trolling motor, and nothing, and the battery was all hot, and yeah. Never around an outboard, but yeah, this was around the trolling motor, and I got it on film. It's in the show. He was a little embarrassed, but yeah, they don't like to be bound up, man. Motors like to spin. They don't like to be locked in place. Kind of could screw up everything in it. Just got swimming. You fished yesterday? Dude, I didn't go out in that. It was freaking 91 degrees here in freaking Monterey. It was like 105, 106 over the hill. Uh-uh. It killed me here. I'm not used to that. I'm used to it when I go to a lake, but not here sitting on my porch. It's usually in the 60s. Sitting on my porch and it's like 91 degrees, no wind. Humid. I'm not used to sweating on my porch. Wow. You guys can't see it. I'm gonna turn around. No, you can't see. It's too dark. I can see the glow of the smoke from that fire still. from right here, if I do, yeah. Wow. Uh, a whole freaking forest. Oh wait, I can show you guys. You guys weren't in here when I have pictures. Okay. Let me see if I can find a good one. All right. Uh, yeah. But that's it right there. That was it at like 2 p.m. 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And that was the first time it actually flared up. It had been burning since 3:14 a.m. So, yeah, that's it. That's what's burning back roads. A closer up shot of it over the house. Yeah, that's it right there though. My hands are too shaky, but yep. And I time lapsed the whole thing. I time lapsed it for 6 hours. Yeah. Oh, it got way worse than that, man. That's why I said the footage, the time lapse, it kind of blew up, and all of a sudden, it blew up. You saw that. That's the pictures when it first started to show up. That was at 2 p.m. It had been burning since 3 a.m. And I saw a little bit of smoke over there. That's kind of when I just went, oh, there's a fire. And then after that shot I took, I swear to God, it went to like nothing. I'm filming that house. You don't see any smoke, nothing coming up. And then it's like somebody put a flamethrower to it. The thing just freaking blew up. Oh, yeah, no, this thing, I mean, well, let me see in that picture. I think in this picture you can tell, let me get the one that's further out. Oh, there we go. All right. In this picture, you can see where the fire is right here. And you can see where the chimney is. Right? That's where it started, that far from the chimney. By the end of my time lapse, the fire is all the way pretty much past this house right here. During my time lapse, it burns from there, across all that, and all the way past this house. So, yeah, I time lapsed it, covering just an amazing amount of acreage. Yeah, okay, that's what I said. I watched it in real time. I sat up for 6 hours. 6 hours just drinking some beer and that with the time lapse, and then the battery ran out. I replaced the battery and put the time lapse it, and then time lapse it, and time lapse it, and yeah, I mean, I thought it was completely done. So I started feeling around two. I think it was around like 3:30, an hour and a half later, and it looked like I'm like I went in. I told my mom like, looks like there's a fire out. There's no more smoke coming up. It's not. It doesn't seem to be burning. Yeah. Yeah, I said I thought it was done. And I was literally getting ready to turn off the time lapse and go inside. And all of a sudden, I left it on. I went in to tell my mom, and she goes, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think they have it out. I haven't been upstairs because upstairs you could actually see it completely, not just the smoke coming up behind the house." And so I went up there with her, and as we were watching it, all of a sudden, this spot just started black, thick black smoke, and I'm like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "Oh my God, just look at it's starting to blow up again." Like I thought they had it out, but evidently from up here you can tell they don't. And luckily I had left the time lapse running, and I came out right after up here from her. I came downstairs and the battery went out, and I went, "Oh!" And so I went and grabbed another one, stuck it down, and then seriously the whole thing just like it's pretty amazing to see the cycle of it. Like it's gone. Oh, it's back. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's back. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's back. That's a cycle, and it just got out of hand and just took off. At 11 a.m., they said, "Oh, we're done with it. We're on it. It's probably going to be out in a little bit. No worries." By 6 o'clock, evacuations. House is threatened. I still don't know if any house is burned, but I did see live news footage of about 5 houses that it was right behind them, and it was all just solid trees up to them. So I don't know if they went, but they definitely have some damage, even if they saved them. Bullshit with the turkeys. You can get it on your. There's an app on your phone. No, you can smell it here, but we didn't get any ashes. It kind of blew this way, and then it took off to the south. The wind switched a bunch of times during my time lapse. First, it was coming this way. Some of it did up higher make it, but then the majority of it, when it really blew up and that, it took off south. That's why I said in the time lapse, you'll be able to see all that happen. Yeah, but there's an app on. Yeah, Wasabi had one. We had an accident one time, or we were stuck for an accident on the way back from fishing. He has the app, and he got on and was listening to the radio, talking about the accident. So yeah, there is a phone app. Yeah, but he had one for you have city, and then he had one for sheriff and one for CHP. I don't know. I guess Wasabi's big on this, but yeah, I think I'm gonna put a little clip of it on my Instagram because I think you only put like 1 minute, right? Maybe the first clip of it kind of starting to dying, but then I'm gonna do the whole 6 hour one broke down with maybe some little bit of music under it and that on my channel. Uh, Title it like yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you can type in any cities. You can listen to other cities too. That'd be great. It's like live cops radio. Yeah, but I'm gonna do a. Yeah, I'm gonna do a take all. I think it was 4 batteries I went through, and they're like an hour and a half of each. Every 30 seconds is a shots fired call. I can imagine. Half of them are probably backfires from cars, but anyway. But yeah, I said I can't wait. It's in there. I've never time lapsed a fire. I've never really time lapsed much of anything except my drive to a lake. So I'm interested to see how it ends up looking. I said I think every 3 minutes is like 4 seconds. So whatever that gets compressed down to. I think it was taking a frame every 2 seconds. And there's 30 frames a second. So every 30 seconds it's only capturing 15 seconds. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one. And I said it was really funny because when I was filming it, right? I was filming it when it first got going, and I was like, and then it suddenly died. And I'm like, oh, I'm time lapsing it. I should have started it before when it was not much, and then you saw it blow up. And then I'm like, oh, then you would have seen it go down, and like, oh, they got it out. And I was kind of sitting here, and I'm like, it'd be really cool if it like flared up again. I mean, obviously not for the people that have homes over there and stuff, but and then all of a sudden that's exactly what it did. It not only flared up, it just went freaking nuts. Like just like nuclear war just happened on the other side of the street of me as far as the smoke and what it did, and I'm like, how the hell did I capture this? Like it could have been a little like 2 hour fire, and all of a sudden, and they're calling in more firefighters, I guess, for tomorrow and everything. They had like 6 tankers on it, 10 bulldozers. I mean, it's really overgrown up there. Nothing but like solid trees and heavy brush. And we've had 90-degree, over there it's probably over 100-degree heat for 3 days straight, low humidity. Friday, right? 21st? Yeah, that's what he told me, the 21st. That's this Friday coming up? All right. Yeah, I'm going. I'm going to film it. Fuck. I upload on Fridays. That's going to be tough. Uh, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to, I don't know. Maybe I'll do this fire foot. That's a long way to, well, I could do an Instagram little teaser. Little teaser of the montage of the fire. I was going to do it today, but I thought it was going to be over, and I ended up time lapsing it for 6 hours. Um, yeah, it's still burning. I wish you guys could see it. Yeah, early upload. At least, yeah, and it'll be something that's not my usual. So, and my YouTube views, everything on YouTube is like going. August is like on the down low right now. It's just like overall, every video I've ever put up is just like getting slowly and slowly nothing right now. Time of the year. Summer blues. Nothing's biting. I mean, he has back roads. He can't catch nothing now. And it seems to be happening pretty much everywhere. But yeah, I could do an earlier upload. That'd be good. Already working on the wasabi one for Wednesday. Put him in the chesty for that one too. So that's why it's taking me a while, or that's why I'm planning 3 days, because I gotta go between, like I did with Tito, his footage and my footage, and then mesh them along video and as they go. Yeah, mine's not either. But summer I usually do the best. I'm not a really big spring guy. Not much of a pre-spring guy. I mean, I fish it and I get some fish, but when you get in the summer with me with my finesse techniques, that's my months, man. From like June all the way through like in the September, middle of September, yeah. June, July, August, September, those are my months with my techniques, and I can't get shit on them. I don't know what happened. It's just been a catastrophe. It's been the COVID of fishing. Yeah, it's just been in my history of fishing. It's just cycles. Yeah, it cycles though. I don't know if it's a sun phase, lunar phase, but there are. I remember through my whole 40 years of fishing, there are just like I don't know. Every so many years, there's just a year that just like is tough as hell, and it doesn't seem like anything was different. It's just any lake you go to, it's just off. And I said I watched Scott Martin. He was talking about Florida, being in Florida and the ponds in Florida, and he said, I don't know what it is every so many years in that some of these lakes, but this lake is just off right now, guys. It's just one of those years. So like I said, I'm in California. He's in Florida, so it's it's all the way across the whole thing. He's saying the same thing I am, and he's in Florida and fishing like little private ponds and that, and he's not even catching fish and saying it. They're just off. It's like the bite has been like really off. Who knows? Solar flares. Yeah. No, there's just always cycles like that. But I've never really noticed that it's like as watching a lot of YouTubers from a lot of different like him backroads in Texas and Scott Martin in Florida and people in South Carolina, people in just all people saying the same thing at the same time. That the fishing is just a little off this summer. I don't know. Don't know. Yeah, and I'm sure everywhere in between's the same way. I said you've been saying it, I've been saying it, and now I heard Scott Martin say it on his one where he was teaching you how to fish from shore, or his five best baits from shore, or whatever. And that was the thing that stuck out in the video is he said the same thing. Every few years this happens, and these fish are in a funk. These ponds are off. They're not fishing like they usually do. You know, he'll never get away from that. Bye, Tito. He's just so text when he comments. Could you find other hobbies midsummer? Exactly. But it's not. It's just not. It's not normal. Like I said, I have years, 14 years of, and 4 years over the hill to all those lakes, and mostly my summer ones. I mean, spring, post spawn, yeah, but my, you know, late June through friggin' all the way through fall, I'm solid on those lakes. And I can't find jack crap on any of them right now. Even Pinot's like not itself. I keep saying it's because they treated it and it's been getting worse every year. But I don't know if there's other factors. I don't know yet. Something's going on though. Something's definitely affecting the summer bass bite. It'll all come out in the wash eventually. Hopefully. Maybe. I want to see if I can watch one of these. I'm like, oh, the battery's dead. Sorry. I'm like so waiting to see that time lapse footage. I don't know how much each segment, but I killed that battery. No, it's no. it's it's definitely not be over pressured. That has nothing to do with it. Fishing pressure of fishing people will not. No. Especially when Scott Martin's on private ponds that nobody fishes, and they're not even producing. Kind of funny because a lot of people paid a lot more money, and everybody's getting into fishing this year. At least for bass, it sucks. It's not going to help them come back next year and want to fish. They're going to be like, all right, I haven't bought a license in 5 years. I finally bought one. And now I know why I haven't bought one. Because the fishing sucks. No. Keep fishing. It's just a bad year. It's not you. I know. Everybody gets into going outdoor. I don't know about bluegill or, panfish and that, but all the new bass fishermen that haven't fished in a while are like, I'm going to get back into bass fishing. They're going, this sucks. Why'd I buy this damn license anyway? But there is a way. Oh, you guys got to check this out. Mountain Dew. Check out Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew actually has a thing going on right. What was that? Mountain Dew has something going on right now, and they're giving $20 refunds. Oh, I think that's Marcy. They're punny and overfish. No, if you go to Mountain Dew, they will refund you $20 on your fishing license. It was a video that Perrick put out, AP Bassett, and they already did one, and now they added another $1 million or something to it. But yeah, they will refund you $20. I don't even know. I mean, mine was 50 something. I don't know how they do it. Maybe you get money back if it was only like $10. But yeah, Mountain Dew. If you go to Mountain Dew and look at it, or watch Perrick's newest video, or his last video. I think it was challenge. I don't know. It was one of his last ones. But yeah, the link's in his description, or you can probably just go to mountaindew.com or whatever and look up fisherman rebate, $20 back on your fishing license. I'm definitely gonna look into it. I just thought about it now. I watched it last night. Totally forgot about it. But yeah, guys, check it out. Mountain Dew is sponsoring a refund. If you can, I guess you have to take a picture of your fishing license and send it in to them or whatever. Or however it works, but AP Bassin. Yeah, it's AP Bassin. Letter A, letter P, Bassin. Yeah, and I don't know if it was one I watched last night, or if it's one I watched the night before that, but it's a recent one. Uh, yeah, and in the beginning, he talks about the Mountain Dew rebate. I think it is the 5 challenge one. He was at John B's cabin in Maine, and he fishes a pond for 5 days to see what he can catch. He caught a couple good smallmouth out of it, but yeah, I think it's the beginning of that one. It's sponsored by Mountain Dew, and they're doing that rebate for fishing licenses. So kudos to AP for passing on to me, and I'm definitely gonna do it. But me now passing on to you guys. No, he's actually the last Guggen, the last Guggen to make it over. Yeah, he was at 745 when I started watching him again. Now he's at 845, so he's getting there. But yeah, he's the last one. I think Lake Fork guy's over 1 million. Yeah, AP's been lagging. I guess he disappeared for a while. Didn't do a lot of videos, but he's been dedicated again, and he's getting there. But hopefully, he will help all you guys on here and possibly me because I haven't done it yet. But get $20 back on our fishing license for this year, thanks to Mountain Dew. Or basically the parent company, Pepsi. Pepsi owns Mountain Dew, so. But yeah, check it out. One rod. Yeah, I've been watching. Red Rod's blah blah. What? Yeah. He's going downhill, man. I don't know what's up with One Rod, but uh, he's got like 1.85 million subscribers or something. But his videos are totally tanking lately. No, he just uploaded. I watched one that was from like a day or two ago. Yeah, no, he's still around, but I think something's up with him and his wife and his new kid. He brought some like random chick on his channel, and then he said something about. Yeah, but he mentioned something about it that his, I don't know if it's a son or a daughter, that his baby would never be shown on the show again. And some about the wife didn't want her on, and then I don't know. He's kind of gone like freaking weird since then. So I don't know if there's family issues going on or he's getting a divorce or what, but he's definitely been off the board and random lately. Yeah, you can track it if you look at his videos. You'll start seeing it happen when he has a thumbnail of like this different girl. One of them, she's in like a bathing suit. One of them is like a halter top type of it. I don't know. A couple weeks ago, a month ago, but yeah. You start seeing them in the thumbnail, and you're like, girl's first time in a kayak. Girl's first time fishing in the woods. And it's like a total up thumbnail of a chick in a bikini or boob shot or like what? And I think somewhere along the line in one of those. Yeah. And he disappeared for a whole year off YouTube, but he had injury. That was the excuse when he came back. He'd done something to his shoulder or torn it. But I think, but then soon after that, he did that video with his wife and her talking about her illness and trying to support mental illness and yeah. He disappeared for a year, but he came back, and a little after he came back, after not uploading for like 8 months, he let his wife talk in one of the videos, and she talked about it and promoted mental illness and this and that and depression and that's since he's been back and joined the Googans again and going, but now all of a sudden he's like it's taking a left turn again, and it's getting like really weird. So I don't I don't really know what's up with him. I think there's issues with his relationship with his wife. That's all I'm thinking. Because I remember in one of those videos with that other girl that was introduced, he said, I know a lot of you have been asking about my son or whatever, but he's not going to be in the videos anymore. My wife doesn't want him in the videos. And I'm like, well, she was all for it when he was first born. What's going on now? Uh, yeah, I said something's up with him. You can see it if you watch the transgression of his videos lately. You can see that something's going on in his head. He's not himself. Yeah, he's just he's obviously got something going on in the background. Something ain't no mo at the homo, and not homo, but the homo. Something's going on in his personal life, and it's affecting his videos. Plain and simple. I don't know if he notices it because he's got what 1.85 million subscribers. He still gets 2, 3, 400,000, or at least 100,000 per video he puts out. That's just a numbers game. He's still getting income from him, but I think the quality is just going. He's spiraling out of control. And well, hell, at least he's like blogging it for us. Yep, he did. Yeah, he filmed it all. That's why I respect it. I don't watch his videos that much. I don't like Lakefork guy that much. I never even liked him before he became a Guggen. Corn farts came in. But I gave him kudos for filming all that. That was that, like you said, that's respect right there. To film yourself going through that sort of pain, that's a dedicated channel right there. Whatever the hell One Rod's doing right now, yeah. I haven't liked his videos that much since he came back anyway. I never liked him that much to begin with. I mean, I gave him credit because he didn't do B-roll and all that stuff, and he's very hyper and way into it. But I have no idea what he's trying to do now. He's collapsing as we speak. But when you have that many subs, you're still making a lot of money a month. Yeah, you're right, Backroads. Yeah, it was like everybody liked him because, and people I talk to, that I'm like, oh, one, I'm like, oh, I love him, dude. He gets so excited. It's like his first fish every time he catches one. And I went, I don't know. For me, it's just like he's too super excited. Yeah, that's what I said. It was just too like, come on, dude. You've been fishing for. Why? I emailed him one time. All right, corn farts. Yeah, I sent him a. I don't know. I sent him an email one time. Said, how long you been fishing for bass? Because there was a lot of technique. He didn't know the Ned rig technique. He didn't know some outside email, and I went, Joe's, what's up? I went, hey, One Rod. How long you been fishing for bass? Because it seems like you don't know a lot of newer techniques. And he commented back to me saying, oh, I've been fishing for 12 years. Yeah, I have a lot of knowledge, this and that. And I went, I think it seems like I do. You're. And then I replied back going, oh, okay, it just seemed like you were fairly new to bass fishing because of your lack of knowledge of certain techniques. But 12 years, way to go, guy. Something like that. But yeah, the hyperness. Yeah, the hyperness, yeah. I'm not that, yeah. Gives you anxiety. Yeah, I just, and now he's just going way off the board now. I think he's actually like trying too hard now. I think he's got shit going on in his personal life. He's distracted. Only source of income is YouTube, so he's like forcing videos. Yeah, and that was the orchestration of how they came together. So I'm pretty sure Lunkers brought created Guggen. What's the word? Tweety bird. No, I'm pretty sure Lunkers TV is the one that brought them all together. And you can't forget that actually Scott Martin is technically a Guggen. Scott Martin is technically a member. He has a whole stake in the Guggen baits and everything, and helped design a lot of them. He's still in there. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm almost positive that Lunkers is the one that did the whole thing. Was he? Who was that? I don't know who was on their way to be a dentist. One Rod was going to become a doctor, I think. Was it dentistry? I don't know if it was dentistry, but yeah. His dad's like a surgeon or something. One Rod was in something for medical school. I know that his dad's in a medical school. I don't know if it was a dentist. I don't know if one of the other ones was going to be a dentist, but One Rod was on his way to some sort of medical degree because his dad's like a surgeon or something. And then he bailed on that to become a YouTuber. Oh yeah, he was all proud that it was like pre-ordered 10th in the world or 5th in the world, like pre-ordered. I don't know what all that means. I know if it makes the like whatever top book sales, but I don't know about pre-order online sales. I don't know how many books get on that list a year. So I don't know if that's a good thing or something to brag about. I mean, it's something to brag about if you're there, you're there. But yeah, and I actually had an issue with uh, the actual video that blew him up. His first viral video was when he was doing was it Military Mondays, and he did a video about the first time I killed a man. Yeah, we had a video they titled, and I watched it, and it was the first time I killed a man. Thank you, Joe's. Yeah, and then I remember I didn't know it did that good. I think it got like 3, 4 million views, something like that. But I saw a video with him and John B talking about their progression on YouTube, and John B mentioned, "Oh, your first viral video was that one, the first time I killed a man." And at the time I was watching, I'm like, "Really? You?" I don't know. I thought it was, going for a viral video just because the way it was titled, the thumbnail. And usually you can't script them, but evidently it worked because that was his first one that took off. Yeah, but that was the one that like blew him up and started getting a bunch of subs and stuff. Was that video? I almost left a comment on it. I don't think I ever did. I might have. Yeah, I might have left a comment on it, and I said, I don't know. I think I said something like, to try and gain money off a video like this, because it was monetized. Yeah, I think I did leave a comment saying, uh, do what you want to do, but I don't think you should have monetized this. I don't think this is. I don't know. I just don't think you telling the story about killing another human is credible for an avenue to make money. Um, I don't know. Because me, if I ever had that experience, I would probably not monetize it. So, yeah, personally, I wouldn't. I Give me views, give me subscribers, but I would not monetize it because it just doesn't seem the right thing to do. Like, I don't know, but people monetize shit that I kind of think that way about anyway. Like, uh, I don't know. It's just my thought on that when that happened. That was a while ago. It was like, what, that was 2016 or something. I think that video was 4 years ago that Lunkers put up about that. That was when he was doing his Military Mondays for a while. And now he's doing his reviews of like military movies saying that wouldn't happen. Oh, that's so fake. That wouldn't happen. All right, whatever. Got to remember it's within the context of a movie. Trying to create storyline, get a flow going. Uh, you can't have everything be spot on. I mean, some of his new stuff he does when he was reviewing war vet reviews, real war movies. Oh, another thing I noticed too. I told you guys I started watching the old. I started watching the old Punked, right? That's where kind of my intro with the one I'm doing now with the clips and tips and tricks when I went to second camp. And in some of those, he does a like within the video view, like not just like cinema, but it's cropped, like it's all black around it, and the video is just like kind of like in the middle right here, cropped kind of thing, and it'll cut to that, and I started noticing that when I started watching some of these, and now suddenly on a lot of the popular vlogs I watch, guess what? They're doing this shot that's the same thing. It's so there's a shot where it's all blocked off and that big, either white around it or black around it, and they're going to. And I'm like, really? I've never seen them do this in their vlogs before. MTV Vault comes out and starts showing all these old Punked and other things. And almost instantaneously, I'm seeing this influence be within YouTubers, vloggers on YouTube. So, I don't know. I just observed it. It happened the same time I started. And it's just coincidental that it's been like this year of this sort of thing going on that MTV started doing all those flashback things of all their old MTV Cribs, uh, Punked, all that other sort of stuff, and seeing their MTV style, and suddenly it's showing up almost instantaneously in vlogs. It's like, wow. They're checking out the same shit I'm checking out to get new ideas. That's kind of weird. I'm checking it out. They're checking it out. First ever YouTube channel? First legit YouTube channel? It was me. I swear to God. Sorry, Bama Bass and Lunkers TV are 2007. I was 2006. I wasn't. I could go pee pee, but I'm going to come right back. But I'm pretty sure I was. Well, at least the first one that's lasted this long. Because it was. Well, yeah, I'll be back. I got to go tinkle. else after that. I think I was. Hey, Steve. No, I think I actually was. I mean, it was my show I started in 2003. But I uploaded it right away. I uploaded my fishing shows. I know Bama Bass and Lunkers and Fluke Master. I think they date back to 2007 something when they started their YouTube channel. I was October 6, 2006. So I predate them, and I'm pretty sure I predate them as far as a first fishing video uploaded to YouTube. So I don't know if I was, because back then it was all just nobody knew about it. It was all like weird shit. You know, it was Johnny eating peas. I think you've already done a video on it. Nobody cared. You'd think people would appreciate that, but I think I did one. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not, but yeah, maybe I'll do one. But I might be the first YouTube fishing video ever, or I don't know about ever. I doubt I uploaded the first ever fishing video on YouTube. 7-speed reels. Okay. Yes. And look up Bama Bass too. I think he's the same time. Yeah, in October I'll be 14 years. Right? October 6th till 2006. That's 14 years. So yeah, I have him predated by 2 years. I think Bama Bass was the same time. Sometime in 2007, I think. 7-speed reels? You mean like gear ratio? Yeah. What's it? I've already. Yeah, I use 7-1 on some. I'm usually 6-7, but it's more inches per reel handle, not the gear ratio. Mine usually like 28, 28 to 30 inches of reel handle. Gear ratio doesn't always mean or correlate to a higher inches per reel handle. You can have a 6.3 that's 25 inches of reel handle. You can have a 6.3 that's 28 inches of reel handle. Yeah, 30 inches per turn. Yeah, most 7-1, 7s. But you can also get, I don't know. I think I got monetized in like, I think I got monetized when I moved here, which would have been 2009. I might have been monetized before I moved back here, but I don't think so. I do know that I had money that YouTube kept wanting to send me, and I wouldn't give them a bank account, so they didn't send me the money. And that was like 2009. I don't know. I think it was 2009 I got monetized. But yeah, they had money, and they used to send checks, and it was about time they stopped sending checks, and they wanted a bank account, and at the time I didn't have a bank account, so I never got the money they owed me. I think I am, yeah. I think technically, if you thought about it, I would in fact be the oldest still existing fishing channel on YouTube. Don't know if anybody that had an existing fishing channel before 2000 October 2006, because that kind of wasn't where it was as YouTube. It was more, you know, Johnny eating peas, my day at the zoo. It was a way to share those stupid home videos with a lot of people. Nobody was thinking like long term, oh, fishing channel, oh, blogging channel, oh, 30-minute video, scripted. I wasn't the way it was back then. It was just like stupid stunts, a lot of TikTok stuff, that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, technically, I'm pretty sure I'm the first ever still existing fishing channel on YouTube. No, I didn't see anybody else doing it. I started Cowabunga 66, and the first thing I did was start uploading my fishing shows that I did 3 years prior to that on cable access. And then I started doing a bunch of clips and because I was in San Francisco, I wasn't fishing much. So, yeah, I started, but it was never under. I think in the videos I say Central Coast Bass. Even the first ones I uploaded, where they're uploaded under the channel name Cowabunga 66. The first fishing videos I ever put up were Central Coast Bass. Really? You watched me before Fluke Master? Damn, Steve, I didn't know you'd been on here that long. Yeah, I'll have to do a video about that. You're right, Backroads. You know me, I don't promote myself. But yeah, I predate. I predate pretty much every fishing channel that people watch on YouTube now. Even going back to Bama Bass and Fluke Master. Yes, I predate them as a still existing wine to teach, wine to educate fishing show on YouTube. So yeah, pretty much probably the first ever. I even got director's privileges to upload a video more than 10 minutes. Yeah. I at some point got director's privileges on YouTube. Who has that anymore? Nobody, because you can put up whatever length you want. I had director's privileges on YouTube. All right, Noah. Yeah, I've been thinking about putting that up, but I don't know how people are going to take it. Probably won't do much. I'm hoping it gets a lot of people intrigued and are like, what? Who's this asshole? Seneca's Bass? I've never heard of you. What do you mean you're the first YouTube channel? I'm hoping it'll go that way and everybody be intrigued and be like, what? And then they probably won't believe my story and I'll get like a hell of a lot of dislikes and a lot of comments going, dude, you weren't the first effing fishing channel, blah, 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 blah. I'm hoping it goes that way. I like it to be controversial and all that. But yeah, I will from that. Might be on a Throwback Thursday. I could throw that in, Throwback Thursday, throwing back to my old channel before YouTube and how it got uploaded. Yeah, it's coming. I don't know if it's going to be a wham bam, thank you ma'am type video, but because most people think like, in this day and age, they think like John B's the first real fishing channel on YouTube. He's the first. First fisherman I ever watched on YouTube was John B. Oh yeah, it was like 5 years ago. Well, YouTube was around like 10 years before that, buddy. You can't really, I don't know. It'd be the way I market it. Good title, I'll maybe get thumbnail showing like blinked. Well, it's the first time I blinked, guys. Yeah, maybe a good title like that. I was first reading it, and then like me sitting there going, and then Lunkers and Lojo and all these other people behind me with X's. That might like get him to go, the fuck's this guy talking about? Yeah, but geez, people just don't believe you, Backroads. They think everything's fake these days. I tell them I skated with, I tell them I skated with Tony Hawk. They don't believe me. I go and show them my old pictures of him. Controversy. Yeah, I show them the old pictures of me, and they're like, "Oh, you can't tell that's him," and "Oh, I don't think that's him," and I'm going through the whole thing, and all of it is like picture close up. I'm like, do you really think I'd take that much time to fake all these pictures, to fake this really old photo album? I mean, just to want you to think I skated with Tony? But that's the way they think now. They think like everything is fake. Like it's hard to just sell them a true story now because they just think everything is like you're just doing it for views. You're just doing it for views. You're faking us. You were never the first. You were, and they'll never do the research. They'll never do it. You know, just like pan you. And that's why I said I'm hoping that it would become that sort of video where it gets so much attention. And 90% of the people think it's bullshit. And it just gets 1,000 thumbs down and like 500 comments, all negative and that, because that really pushes it. Same thing when I did that Mike Long one. That one blew up, got me like 5,000 views in a couple weeks, and every comment and every like was a dislike. It's who the people hate it. Exactly. Yeah, that's why I said YouTube's like, I know. I mean, I don't mean to say it egotistically, but I have a history in bass fishing. I have a history in a lot of other stuff too. Fashion design, DJing, skateboarding. But the reality is, people just don't. They just think everything. You're like, oh, you're bullshitting. Oh, it doesn't like. And then you show the pictures, and they're like, you can't see his face. I don't think that's true. I don't. Unless you actually sit down. If I actually sat down with Tony and talked to him, and we went over all our history, and me and him back when we were 12 and 13, and skating, and him coming to my house, and unless he's sitting next to me telling the story, people won't believe it. Because he became such a legend. Yeah, I am good at that. And yeah, and that's why I throw a few up. I throw them up just to possibly intentionally be the devil's advocate, um, like I did with the Mike Long one. And yeah, between the two, I did that one. Between the two, at this point, they made me like, I don't know, like 10,000 views. And they actually made 10,000 views within 2, 3 weeks. I mean, for me, they kind of blew up for me. And then, of course, that was when it was like the topic of conversation. And it kind of like, but yeah, you're right. I have a way to piss people off. Right, good, yeah. You don't want them to hate you too much. You want them to hate you just so much, just so much. You want them to hate you just enough that they like you. They start watching, they're like, oh, this guy. And all of a sudden, if they watch the whole thing, they're like, that's actually a good point. Hmm, that's actually another good point. And so they started hating in the beginning, and then suddenly by the end of it, they're like, actually, I like this guy. And they click the sub, they hit the like, and they leave a comment. I like to win people over, but YouTube, it's like they skip through it. They don't watch the whole thing. They don't even watch your whole argument. They just like they hit the point that you piss them off. They don't watch the rest of the video. They leave a comment, leave you a dislike, and get the hell out. Everyone wants a podcast interview. Exactly. And somebody else said I'd be good if I had a podcast. I don't know how to do a podcast. I'd like to start one sometime. Then, of course, you videotape the podcast so you can upload them to YouTube. So you're getting things from the podcast, and then you're doing best of, and you're doing video. That's why everybody that does radio podcast films it. So then you have 2 for 1. Yes, that's the way you do a podcast. Oh, and another thing, really weird. You guys have, I mean, you've seen how I'm doing my B rolls now, in my actual fishing videos when I do the B roll, and I just started doing those like a year ago, maybe. Um, I started doing those like maybe a year ago. I don't know. It seems now like it's been forever, but I do so. But just my cutting, my hitting, you know, the beats, the film to the beats, the music, and all that. And well, I used to watch Casey Neistat a lot. 11 million subscribers on YouTube. Huge god of YouTube. Last year or so, he's kind of retired. He hasn't uploaded. Then all of a sudden, he's been uploading recently, and I watched one of his videos, and I started watching it, and I saw some of his B-roll with the music and his cuts to it, and I went, "Oh, that's where I got that from." Like, yeah, I saw some of his cuts, and just the way he cut compared to what I'm doing sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a plagiarist right there, dude. It, uh, I got it from him. I'm able to reproduce it, but that's where I got it from. Because he just stopped uploading. I hadn't seen one. First video I probably watched of him in like 6, 8 months. And I saw the B-roll and I saw his little music and his cuts to it. And I thought of mine. I went, I'll be damned. I'm a plagiarist. He should freaking sue me for stealing his style. And Backroads, what? I'm almost at 1,500 now. I think. I think I'm at 1,500 videos. If you take lives and actual uploads, but I've only been live. I've only been on lives for 2 years. Right? 2018 they started. January, February. Yeah, I've only been doing live for 2 years, but and those are, well, now they're 3 and 3, but for a while I was up at. But yeah, I'm up to. I think I don't know. I haven't checked my channel. I think if I'm not over, I'm very close to 1,500 videos. What is the average time you think of it? What is the average time you think for a video? Fishing, editing, uploading, etc. Uh, Filming, even if it's not actually fishing time, by the time I come outside and film the intro and meet with, nowadays, not just me, going solo, but nowadays, by the time I come out, film the intro, meet with somebody, go to the lake, film it, come home. At least, I mean, taking everything into account, like travel time, actual time. I might leave here at 11 o'clock to go with them to the lake. I film the intro within the hour of that, so maybe 10 a.m. I start thinking about the video. So 10 a.m. we go there, we film. By the time we come home, it's like in the summer and that, it's like we might leave the lake at or stop filming around 8, 9, 10. So right there, that's like 10 hours. Then you're probably thinking another 8 to 10 hours of editing. At least now with me using the 2 cameras, but at least it's going to be 8 hours doing the intro and the B-roll real time. And then for me, since I do the uploads through my phone, a normal show will probably take about 2 hours to upload real time. And then if you look at my time to create the thumbnail, probably another hour or two sometimes. A lot of that's just research, trying to figure out the right frame and everything to get the thumbnail, to get it into Photoshop, to do the enhancements and add the titles and try to figure out if I want this thumbnail, or that thumbnail. And So yeah, completely overtime. What, 8, 16. Real time, probably about 24 hours at least. I would think. With everything I go through, 16 hours. Well, 16 is like 10 hours, and then probably about 8 to 10 hours. So that's 18 hours there. Plus, yeah, you got to look at least 24 hours of actual real time, or 30 hours of real time to do an actual complete fishing show. Not my tips and tricks, not my blogs, not that stuff, but the actual me leaving here, meeting up with someone, going somewhere, fishing, coming back, the editing, the whole, all, everything before it comes up to actually being uploaded to YouTube. Real time, at least 24 hours of time spent before it becomes. Oh, and then you have to think about like, yeah, okay, yeah. Look, I mean, if we're driving 2 hours, driving 3 hours, but I didn't think about render time with the video itself. If it's a 16-minute video with my computer, because I don't have a big time render video, it might take an hour and a half to render it. But I mean, yeah, overall, probably about per actually Sunday Coast Bass fishing shows, at least 24 hours real time goes into one episode. . 36,000 hours working on. Is it? I don't know. I'm just glad I don't look at my time per hour. If I look at my time per hour, my time on YouTube, I'd probably be making like 2 cents an hour. I'd be making less than Chinese workers. But it's not about it. I don't take my time into it. Which is the stupidest because everybody says you got to. Even when I did my clothing store and all my sewing and all that, I'm like, I never took my time to do it into it. It was just, oh, $50 for this. Oh, I made $50. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll make it. I paid $4 for the fabric. I sold it for $50, $60. I'm like, oh, I made $55. It's like, well, how long did it take you to make it? Like, I don't know, like only an hour. Oh, but how long did it take you to get to the point that you understood the fabric and the fabric lay and the color scheme and all the other stuff that leads up to you picking that to make it that dress, cutting it that way? And I'm like, never thought of that. That's what I said in the 40 question thing. What's your most underrated or your most whatever? And I went, probably not recognizing my own talents. Because I don't take that. I'm just looking at the final product. it cost me, it cost me $5 to make it, and they bought it for 60. I made $55 off that. Not thinking about all the other stuff that led up to that being created and being that cut and my own design and all the hours I spent to hone that cut and hone that design. And that's why my clothing business failed, because I didn't put any of that into the cost of the item. I don't know. I'm I spent 11 years owning my own clothing store, working it every day myself, creating all the products that were for sale in the store, and still did it for 11 years and never made profit. Just always thought, at some point people are going to love me. It's going to happen. Um, Scott is a legend. Yeah. No, I don't. No, not really. I don't. I love it. I mean, right now right now the show I'm doing, I love it. But at the same time, I dread it because it's going to be hard as hell to make it be entertaining. And that's just inherent. And when you do fishing and live, it's like you can't script a fish. You never know what's going to happen. Whether you catch 30, you catch 2, you catch 1. But I love it now. I mean, I'm kind of getting to that point because I'm not producing as many actual fishing shows anymore. But I'm spending a lot more time making them be much more of a complete story, and I'm adding the second camera. When I get to the tips and tricks and the biology bites, you like fish caught on anything. Well, well, I mean, that's totally different. Live to me doesn't even matter. Live is like nothing. To me, live is just being here and talking to you guys. I don't have to edit it. It's just me being whatever. I'm done. I'm here for 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. I hit done. YouTube does it all. YouTube puts it up. Lives for me is like the easiest thing I could ever do because there's no editing. It's just up. But getting back to what I was saying, tips and tricks. Uh, it's pretty much either one set camera or two set cameras. With my tips and tricks, biology bites, or a lot of times my vlogs. Um, that is easy. That is like a dreamboat. Like, it's one camera, it's two cameras. I plug it in, I line them up. Boom, 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 boom. I can do that within like 2 hours. I can sit out here for 20 minutes, film it, go in there, spend another 2 hours editing it, spend like an hour rendering it, and get it up. That stuff is really easy when it's set. But when you get to the shows where it's like, I, the first scene is here, the first scene is there, that scene's there, the other scene is on the drive, and then all the other scenes of me moving, me fishing here, him going over there, him coming over here, me going here, me going. That is actually it's a really takes a lot of time. I mean, and now that I'm doing two cameras with me in one and somebody else in it, it was like backwards. We were talking about sitcoms and how much it takes and changing sets and all that stuff. That's what it goes into a fishing show is all that. It's not just an easy one camera shot. I'm telling you a tip and trick or the one and the other. That stuff's, to me, a lot of people think it's hard. But I've gotten that down to it's like very easy for me to just sit on my porch, film it for 20 minutes, go in there, spend another hour or two editing it, render it, and boom, I can have it up in the same day. Fishing shows, no, they take like 2, 3 days just because there's so many steps now. Because I'm doing an intro, and I'm doing that, and I'm doing that, and I'm doing the B-roll, and I'm doing that, and then I have another camera. So it's like, yeah, it's. And that's why, like I said, I'm not doing as many fishing shows now. Because I'm upping the quality and spreading it out with other stuff like Throwback Thursdays or whatever. Something I do on Friday or tips and tricks, sponsored by some new. But for the most part, it's a lot of fucking work. It's a lot of effing fucking work. Yeah, that's just all I gotta say. It's a lot of work, and tell the raccoon just went by. Yeah, I'll never stop though. Backroad said he was getting. Yeah, it's you choose my life that I've made like. You choose my life that I made $2,000 off of. Yeah, 14 years on YouTube, and I've made coming up on $2,000. So, pretty big leap for me to take to expect to turn into something that it's extremely profitable when, if you look at the odds, 14 years equals, at this point, like $2,000. It's a hard road to try and fight, but I'm learning, I'm playing. Yeah, I know. But monetarily, you can. I mean, could you imagine if right now, if I went to somebody to get a loan, and they're like, "Oh, what do you want a loan for?" I'm like, "Oh, my Center Coast Bass Fishing Channel." Oh, well, can we see the finances? Like, how's it doing? What kind of money is it making you? How long have you been doing it? Uh, well, all right, let's just go through this. I mean, that's a whole comedy skit within itself right there. So you're telling me you expect to make this profitable? And you've been at it for 14 years? And you profited how much? Compared to how much you've spent? Son, son, but when I see it, you're in the hole like $20,000. And you want a $20,000 loan to get this thing going? Alrighty. I'll just pass this on to my manager and see what he thinks of this loan application. I don't know, I've never taken a loan. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that might be the way the scenario went. Not going to be very much of an outlook. Just get your baits back. My baits don't make me anything here. My baits are more for people that like me, not a. I'm not looking at it as profit. Yeah, they're not. No, that's way in the future if they ever become something that makes me profit. Trust me. Right now, it's just I love giving them and letting people use them and giving them to it. You know, basically cost for me. It's just fun to do, and I love it, and that's why I'm never gonna stop trying to teach people or show people me catching bass and fishing. I'm that dedicated till I die. Will I ever make money? Don't know, but I'm gonna die trying. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna shut this one down. It's been fun. It's been great. I'll be live tomorrow for Panel Mondays, right after Not a Clue. He's doing something before me, so I don't know if you guys come in late or whatever. And then, of course, uh, Tuesday night hangouts, my menage a trois of lives. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I really want to go in and look at that time lapse footage I have of this fire. I don't know. I think it's gonna be amazing. I've never filmed anything like this. Never thought about it, and it was spur of the moment today. And I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. But anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow night. Panel Mondays, 7:30. Come join me.